interruption from the diesel stuff, and we're going to put some TMW off-road doors on the Maverick X3. Let's get these opened up, guys. Cutting screwdriver. Don't know what's in there. Oh shit. Oh, they sent me like 7 t-shirts. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. Guys, like 100%, I actually wasn't planning on buying doors for this. Like I wanted them, but I was like, I'm trying to like not spend money, which doesn't really work out for me, but this kid, Nathan, who works for TMW, was like, oh, we'll get you a set of black doors, and I was like, screw it. So they didn't even like tell me to make a video for this. I was just doing this just to make a video on it, but that's awesome. So I appreciate that, TMW. Geez, there's more, eh? We gotta have t-shirts for everyone out here. I appreciate that. More t-shirts. Let's open this bag. This bag looks pretty nifty. I don't know what's in it. That is a lot of foam tape. So I'm assuming that's probably going to be needed later. Brackets. This looks like probably a door latch handle kit. Very nice. Packaged well. 2 more little brackets. Don't know what those are for. Sweet. One of the door frames. Another door frame. The actual door panels. 2 of them are there. I'm into a habit of always doing this because there's always like stuff hidden somewhere. I think we got it all, guys. All right, guys, we got everything out of the packaging. As you can see, everything is packaged like really, really well. So we have the door skins right here. They look really, really good. They're like a semi-gloss black, and then I have the frames out right here, which are also really, really nice. So far, the quality of this looks, if any of you guys know me, you know that I am one for high quality stuff and only high quality stuff. And so far, this is very impressive. So as long as these things fit good, 10 out of 10. Otherwise, guys, we have a whole bunch of brackets here and a whole bunch of nuts and bolts of various sizes. So I'm going to do a little bit of research here and figure out what exactly we need to do to get these doors installed, and I'll show you guys that. All right, guys, so you guys are probably at the early steps of this video where I was kind of showing what we have here. I do just want to make this clear because I did figure this out a little while later. I got a hold of TMW, and they basically sent me 2 extra plates here and then 2 of these extra plates and some extra hardware. I'm not sure if maybe they sent me the hardware kit for like a 4-seater or something, but I just wanted to make this and put this up, you know, earlier on so that if you guys see this and you're like, I don't have those, you don't call them and you're like, I'm missing all these brackets I saw in the video. So you guys only need, for a 2-seater at least, you only need 2 of these and 2 of these. I currently have them installed now. Anyway, guys, first thing we're gonna do is pull the doors off, the factory ones. So pretty much looks like just these 2 bolts here with nuts underneath them. and then they should slide up off these pins. We'll slide off that pin. That pin will actually pop off with this. So we'll get these doors pulled off, and we'll go from there, guys. All right, guys, first thing I'm gonna do is there's like this little retention strap right here that's riveted on. So I'm just gonna drill this rivet out here, show you guys that. There we go. All right, guys, next thing is the two main bolts to hold this on. They're 13 mils, so. All right, guys, so I had this this shock right here just to push the doors open. That's aftermarket. You won't have that if it's just factory. So we'll get that out of the way, then we'll spin this, lift this up, pop it out, and then these pull straight up, and they're off. We are going to use some parts from this door on the kit, so we're just going to set these aside for now. But we're going to go and pop the other side off, and then we can start prepping the new doors to go on. All right, guys, so most of you guys wouldn't have had a nut under there. There's nuts tack welded from Can-Am under there, but when I put this on, the tack welds on that old nut broke. So right now I just have a regular nut with a wrench underneath, so. All right, guys, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this factory latch. So as I was saying before, we will use some components from this on the new doors. So we're gonna get this latch pulled off, and then it should bolt up to our frame right around here with some additional brackets over there. So I will get that figured out. I'm gonna get those pulled off, mounted up on there, and then I'll show you guys how that works. All right, guys, so now I'm just gonna remove this. I forget what company makes this. This is just an aftermarket latch. Normally you just have like a red strap. I think it goes out that way. So I'm gonna pull this off first. Pop off. And then you got two Torx bit bolts right here that are T27, so we'll pull those out. Don't forget the washer on there. All right, that's off. So now we're gonna look at what brackets we need to get this mounted up onto the new frame. Oh, what the fuck? This is why I hate my life, guys. You see this? You guys saw it. It was on video. I was reversing. So now we gotta extract that bolt from this latch. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll be back with you guys. There she is, boys. All right, guys, we got that out. I got a new bolt right here. In case this does happen to you guys, the thread pitch is M6 by 1.0. About an inch, 3/4 of an inch long. So if you guys do run into this issue, M6 by 1.0, you can get at any hardware store. All right, guys, so next thing we're gonna do is bolt these brackets back up to our latches. So we'll do that here. I already got that one done for the driver's side. Basically just thread our bolt in there. This is our new bolt. It's a little bit longer, but should poke out the back. Shouldn't be an issue. If it is, we'll find out here in a little bit. So, yeah, that other one definitely should not have snapped, especially taking it off. So, you win some, you lose some. All right, those are on. Now let's get these bolted up to the door frames. All right guys, so next thing is bolting this latch up to the door frame itself. So we have 4 carriage bolts, the pack of 4 washers, and then the pack of 4 nuts. They're the only packs of 4 that would fit here, so you can't really screw it up. So anyway, these are notched here, so the carriage bolts will go right in the back, so that's nice and easy. This will definitely help for adjustments later when we want to loosen this up, you know, to align everything. And once a door skins on, we're not going to be able to get back there. So that's why they use the carriage bolts, and it's very, very good idea. So we'll get these on here and just snugged up for now. We're gonna have to, once we get them on there, actually sit there and play with it, get it all adjusted right so the doors, you know, it latches right as it should. So I'm gonna get these here snugged up, and then we're gonna put this on, which is the actual latch to grab and release and open the door. So I left those just a little bit loose. I'm gonna snug them up a tiny bit just so there's some resistance, so that when we go to align it up later, you know, if we get it in the right spot, it'll kind of stay. So then we can open the door back up and snug them. But we'll deal with that here in a little bit. Anyway, guys, now we're going to get the actual hand latch bolted up onto the latch on the frame. And pretty much same thing. We have 4 small Allen key screws and 4 small lock nuts. There's nothing else really like that in here, so again, you guys can't really mess it up. Nothing else is gonna fit through here other than these two little black self-tapping screws, but you guys can't really mess this up. So 4 small Allen screws, 4 small lock nuts, and you hold this up into here, align your holes, drop your screws down in, and then put the nuts on the bottom and snug them up. Perfect. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do is install the hinges to the main frames. And pretty much what we have is the hinges, and then we have the non-lock nuts, and then 2 washers, and then a lock nut. And basically, all we're gonna do is put these in the hole in the frame, like so, with a washer on one side, washer on the other side, and then the lock nut. And then we're just gonna snug those down for now, but we're not really gonna tighten them because we're gonna have to adjust them later on down the road. All right, guys, so I'm just using this this other hinge just to put in here to help hold that hinge from spinning when we tighten it up. So you guys can see that. Oh.
Drop that part out.
All right, as we said before, guys, we're gonna leave these a little bit loose for now because we're gonna come through and adjust them later on so they fit the doors. So. All right, guys, so the next thing we're gonna do is install these plates right here. They're just gonna bolt right into the factory location, and then we'll be able to slide our bottom hinge onto here, and then the top hinge will sit down, and then we'll use a bolt to hold it in. As you guys saw when I took this apart, the factory nut that's tack welded on here broke off, so we do have to put our own nut on there. So. All right, so guys, again, I'm leaving this kind of loose because we're gonna have to adjust everything and shimmy it all into place once we're done. All right, guys, so next thing we're gonna do is install the door frame onto the side-by-side. And I already went ahead and got that side installed so that I can give you guys some pointers and stuff on how to do it. It was a bit of a pain in the butt at first, but got it figured out. So anyway, I originally put both of these hinges in and then realized it's better if you don't put the second one in, and instead you just slide it right on to where it belongs. So right there, you're gonna slide that down. It has a nut and a washer, and then I have the other nut and washer in my hand. In the other hand, I have one of the two longer bolts like this, and then another nut and a washer. And basically what I'm gonna do is just slide that heim right here through the lower hole, like so. And then I'm gonna take this bolt from underneath on our black plate and push that through. So now it should stay, and then we can put our washers and our nuts on. All right guys, now what we're gonna do is tighten up the nut on the lower heim and then tighten up the nut and the bolt on the upper heim. So we'll go ahead and get that done. All right guys, so now that we have the door frame on, we are going to go ahead and get this thing adjusted right. So if you guys remember from the beginning, we left these kind of snug, but a little bit loose so you can still kind of move it. And currently these are tight still, so we'll just crack them loose. You want them like where there's a little bit of tension so you can kind of get it to stay. And then what we're gonna do is lift this up, which we have that adjustment from back here, right? And we also have a little bit of adjustment in and out, so like that. So we can go to get our height and everything good. So what I'm kind of looking at doing is getting this bar, how I did it on the other side. I got the tip of this bar about 1/8 of an inch from the plastic. So we'll go ahead and we'll have to move this around a little bit, but that'll go in there. And then we can lift this up a little bit so it's not touching the plastic, about 1/8 of an inch. And then push in, check that. If that's good, then what you can do is snug up the 13s, and then now you should be lined up pretty freaking close where you need to be. Our latch, go like that, pop it open, take a look at it, and right now it looks like this needs to go up a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is just kind of wiggle it up. Well, that was too much, because we left these kind of loose, so we have that a little bit of adjustment. Let's go up a tiny bit. Right there. So it kind of also just kind of hit that and pulled this thing right where it needs to be. So I'm going to run over and grab a socket and then snug these two nuts up, and then everything should be aligned and it should, you know, close and open as it normally would. All right guys, so after you get that snugged down, this should basically come up and close nice and easy. And basically one thing you guys do want to look for is right in here. When you shut this, you can do it slowly. You want to make sure that when you clap this in, when you what's the click? Yeah. Anyway, guys, you wanna make sure that when you go to click this in here like this, you can do it slow, that it goes in nice and smooth. I had it misadjusted on the other side when I first did it, and basically it's still latched, but it was off a little bit, so it was actually, I'd see it latch, and when it did, it would pull the door down. So you don't want that. That'll put stress on your door pins. It'll put stress on the door. Absolutely everything. You don't want that. So you want it to be nice and easy. You know, just latches right up, just like that. So, and then you have this is obviously your door handle now. And again, it should go right in nice and smooth. And as long as you guys are set up like that, you won't have any issues. But if it's half-ass aligned, and sometimes you're going to be riding and you're not going to open your door, it's going to get stuck. And it's going to put a lot of unnecessary stress on the rest of the doors. These doors, I can tell you, they're built very, very well. And so far, everything has been great with these things. They're very sturdy. You can see all the welds are good. All the tabs are nice and thick. They're not thin. They didn't cheap out on this design at all. So just make sure everything is lined up as it should be, and you guys will have some really nice, smooth as butter doors. So next thing we're gonna do is get the outer panel bolted up, which is pretty much the last thing we have to do. And first, I'm just gonna use the supplied foam tape that they had in the kit, and I'm just gonna line all these bars here, all the way down here. I'm gonna line all of them with that foam tape, and basically what that's going to do is try to keep down that vibration, so it's not sitting there chattering as you're driving. So we'll get this thing taped up and get the outer skirt popped on. All right, guys, so we have our foam strips all installed around here on all the bars, so that'll keep the vibration down. Next thing we're going to do is grab our door skin, put one of our Allen key bolts through the middle hole, hold it up just like this, put it through the hole, the mounting tab, thread the nut on by hand, and then boom, you guys have the door skins on, and pretty much all you have to do now is take the rest of these bolts and you know, lift it up, get it aligned, and thread your nuts on. So we're gonna go through and get the rest of these all on, and I would put them all on loose first to make sure they all go in. And it's really nice at TMW. They made the holes on not only the frame but the actual skin pretty small. A lot of companies would use like slots to give you like more adjustability, but we don't really need that because we have adjustability here and up here. So they keep the holes tight so that this whole entire thing you don't have to worry about trying to line the skin up on the frame, because the tolerances are pretty tight in the bolt holes. They fit right in, and there really isn't much room for it to move. So it actually really helps getting this lined up perfectly. So I'm gonna get the rest of these nuts on, guys, and get them tightened up, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Guys, we got the side-by-side outside. We finished up the doors, so now I'm going to give you guys a quick walk around and like an overview of the installation and how I like the product. Again, TMW did not send me these for free. They didn't even know I was making a YouTube video of these. I bought them. So yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm not lying like some people do. I've seen them lie. Okay, I'm fucked up. But anyway, guys, overall, coming from a manufacturer, we manufacture, I know a lot of you guys are side-by-side, so you might not know who I am. We manufacture a lot of diesel performance parts, and we're extremely big on A, customer service, and B, quality, or they're both A's. I hate getting products that are pieces of shit, and I hate selling products that are pieces of shit. But anyway, not that we sell these or anything, but I just want to make it a point that these are very well constructed. And not only that, there's other things when it comes to buying things that you guys, you know, want to see. And I can tell you the customer service has been great. Communication has been great. They got me these in like literally like 3 days. Everything was packaged extremely professionally. It was very impressive. And then overall, the quality of these doors, it's a 10 out of 10. I honestly think they fit as best as a door could fit on one of these machines. And they're built strong. They're not cheesy. They didn't cut corners on material thickness for the tabs and stuff like that. And all the bolts as well. Very good hardware, not Chinese crap that's just gonna break like you actually saw, you know, Can-Am's crap snapping off. But overall, guys, they look amazing. They're built extremely well. They open like butter, right? All the foam in there is kind of helping keep the rattle down. Obviously, we're not driving it. They're gonna rattle a little bit, but another thing you could do if you wanted was put like a little bit of foam here to keep the tension against the door. Anyway, guys, if you put foam strips around here, it'll kind of keep a little bit of tension against this and probably, you know, make it a little bit quieter. I didn't hear these squeak at all when I backed it out, but I'm backing it out on a flat surface, you know, so I'm sure that, you know, when you're doing 90 miles an hour over bumps and stuff, these might move a little bit. So a little bit of foam tape behind that, keep the tension off it. I'm probably gonna leave it, take it for a ride and see how it does. But overall, these things are sturdy as hell. I love how they have the Himes here. Everything's perfect, like that, and they're latched. So overall, I give these doors a 10 out of 10. They fit amazing. I will be buying more TMW products. And again, they did not tell me to make this YouTube video. This is all from the heart. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.